Welcome to another edition of Dan Frequently Asked Questions. In this edition, we are going to be discussing mask squeeze and freediving. Keep watching. We got a question from a diver who'd been freediving to 29 meters and had neglected to equalize their mask, and as a result had developed a condition called subconjunctival hemorrhage. And here you can see a picture of it. Essentially what happens is that the negative pressure or suction, if you will, on the eyes results in bleeding in the small blood vessels under the white of the eye, and that pools and forms little lakes, if you like, and that is then visible and becomes almost like raccoon eyes, where it can even encompass the entire area around the iris or the colored part of the eye. As dreadful as this may look, fortunately, for the most part, it clears within 2 weeks, and the recommendation is usually to provide cortisone-related eye drops, sometimes with an antibiotic. Obviously avoid further diving, and in certain cases provide mild eye compressors. But these are recommendations that should be given by an ophthalmologist. The reassurance that I can provide, though, is that this condition almost always clears without complications, as long as one doesn't exacerbate it by continuing diving until it is fully resolved. The bigger issue is what to do next. When one dives fairly deep with freediving, obviously one tries to conserve lung air volume as far as possible, and therefore the temptation is to use as little as possible to equalize the ear, sinuses, and face mask. The most valuable way to try and reduce the problem related to this is firstly to use a small volume mask, and secondly, even to fill that volume. In some cases, one can see how people have used silicone to blot out almost all of the mask except the nose pocket and the area immediately related to the eyes, so that the mask volume can be reduced from 200 mils to sometimes less than 50 mils. But this requires insight, it requires a proper modification of the mask, and it certainly should be tested before it's tried in open water to any significant depth. So the bottom line, be reassured you did make the right diagnosis, that it was inadequate equalizing of the mask. You've obviously stopped diving for the interim, and all that needs to be added to this is the cortisone eye drops for a period typically of 7 days, and this tends to clear almost completely within a period of 2 weeks. If it doesn't, then obviously follow up with your eye surgeon and follow the advice in terms of return to diving. Thank you for the question, and until next time, look out for yourself and safe diving.